Have you ever found an old penny in your change and wondered if it might be worth more than just 1 cent? Well, get ready, because today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about and highly sought after coins in modern American numismatics, the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln 1 cent penny. And what if I told you that one of these pennies recently reached an incredible market value of $82,411? That's right, a single 1 cent coin worth over $82,000. So sit tight as we uncover the coin's fascinating history, why it's so valuable, what makes it different, and how you can identify one in your own collection. Let's begin with the background of the 1978 Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the coin features the iconic portrait of Lincoln facing right. The reverse initially had two wheat ears, but in 1959, to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the design was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial. This reverse design remained on the coin until 2008. Now let's fast forward to 1978. That year, the United States Mint produced Lincoln pennies at two facilities, Philadelphia and Denver. The ones minted in Denver bear a small D mint mark under the date on the obverse side, but the one struck in Philadelphia carried no mint mark at all, which was standard practice at the time. However, not all 1978 no mint mark pennies are created equal. Most of them are common and can still be found in circulation, but a rare few have something incredibly special about them. And these are the ones that collectors are willing to pay thousands and even tens of thousands of dollars for. So what makes this specific 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny worth over $82,000? It all comes down to condition, rarity, and minting errors. One of the biggest reasons for such a high price is the coin's condition, also known as its grade. The rarest 1978 no-mint mark penny that sold for over $82,000 was graded as Mint State 68 red. That means it's in nearly perfect condition, with a full red luster and no visible wear even under magnification. Coins in this kind of pristine condition are extremely rare because pennies tend to get scratched, worn down, or discolored over time. So finding a 1978 Lincoln penny that still looks fresh from the mint is incredibly uncommon. But condition alone isn't the only factor. Some 1978 no-mint mark pennies are also valuable due to rare die varieties or mint errors. These can include double die obverse errors where the date or the lettering appears to be doubled. There can also be off-center strikes, die cracks, or coins struck on the wrong planchet. These types of errors make the coin unique and highly collectible. Serious collectors are always on the lookout for these kinds of anomalies, and they are willing to pay high prices to add them to their collection. So, how do you know if your 1978 penny is valuable? First, check the obverse side of the coin and look under the date. If there is no mint mark and the coin looks shiny and well preserved with a reddish tone, you might have something special. Then, examine it closely or take it to a professional coin grading service. They can give you a detailed analysis of the coin's condition and identify any minting errors or varieties that could increase its value. If you suspect it's in excellent condition or has an error, you should consider having it graded and authenticated by a reputable third-party grading service like PCGS or NGC. That step alone can dramatically increase the market value of your coin. Let's talk about the current market value. As of today, the top auction records for a 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny in Mint State 68 red sit at around $82,411. That's not just a rumor or internet myth, that is a verified price paid by a serious collector in a public auction. The coin had exceptional eye appeal, virtually flawless surfaces, and a full red hue. These are the hallmarks of a truly high-end collectible coin. While not every 1978 penny will be worth this much, finding one in a high grade or with a rare error can still be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So what should you do if you find a 1978 no-mint mark penny in your change jar or coin collection? First, don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can reduce its value. Handle it carefully by the edges and store it in a protective holder. Next, do your research. Compare your coin to photos of known valuable specimens online. Check for signs of errors, doubling, or unusual coloration. If it looks promising, take it to a local coin dealer or contact a grading service. The world of coin collecting is full of hidden gems, and the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is one of the most exciting. Whether it's sitting unnoticed in your drawer or tucked away in an old coin roll, there's always a chance that your ordinary penny could be hiding extraordinary value. With the current top market price at over $82,000, it pays to take a second look. Thank you for watching, and be sure to like this video if you learned something new. Subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories about rare coins, valuable pennies, and how to turn everyday pocket change into serious money. Drop a comment below and tell us if you've ever come across a 1978 no-mint mark penny. Who knows, your coin might just be the next big discovery. Stay curious, keep collecting, and we'll see you in the next video. Welcome back to the channel, where we bring you the most fascinating stories behind some of the rarest and most valuable coins ever minted. In today's deep dive episode, we're uncovering the legendary and highly sought-after 1974 mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a tiny coin with an incredibly powerful history. And what's even more mind-blowing is that this little copper beauty is currently worth a jaw-dropping $52,984 in the collector's market. That's right, a single penny, originally worth just 1 cent, can now be sold for more than the price of a luxury car. So grab your magnifying glass, coin book, or just your curiosity. And let's dive into why the 1974 Lincoln penny has collectors going absolutely wild. Origins and historical context. To fully understand the true value of the 1974 Lincoln penny, we need to go back to its roots. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was a monumental shift in U.S. coinage history because Lincoln became the first historical figure to be featured on a regular issue U.S. coin, BY 1974. The Lincoln cent had already gone through several design and composition changes. What made the year 1974 stand out in particular was the United States Mint's growing concern over the rising cost of copper. With inflation and metal prices on the rise during the early 1970s, the Mint began experimenting with alternative materials to make cents cheaper to produce. This led to the creation of 1974 aluminum cents, experimental coins that were struck but never officially released to the public. However, most of those aluminum cents were destroyed, and only a few examples survive today in private collections. But here's where it gets really interesting. While all the attention was being placed on the experimental aluminum cents, the regular copper 1974 pennies continued to be minted, including at the San Francisco Mint, which is where our story begins with the 1974 Lincoln penny, the San Francisco Mint. Why the SMATTRS? The S mint mark on the 1974 Lincoln penny indicates that the coin was struck at the San Francisco Mint. Unlike pennies struck in Philadelphia or Denver, coins from San Francisco have always carried a bit of mystique. That's because the San Francisco Mint produced both proof and circulation coins over the years, but by 1974, most coins struck there were proof coins, meaning they were specially made for collectors with a mirror-like finish and extra sharp detail. So how did a 1974 penny, which was supposed to be a proof coin, end up being worth nearly $53,000 today? The answer lies in rarity, condition, striking quality, and collector demand. Although the Mint produced over 2.6 million proof pennies in 1974, only a handful of them have survived in near-perfect condition, making them highly desirable to elite collectors. Why this coin is worth $52,984. Now, let's get to the most exciting part, the market value of the 1974 Lincoln penny and why one recently sold for $52,984. That's not a typo. That's the real, verified auction result for a 1974 South Proof Lincoln Center in perfect PR 70 deep cameo condition. In the coin grading world, PR70 is the absolute highest grade possible, indicating a coin with zero imperfections under 5x magnification. Deep cameo means the coin has an exceptional contrast between the mirror-like background and the frosted details of Lincoln's bust and the inscriptions. Only a very tiny number of these coins have ever achieved the PR70 Deep Cameo designation by grading agencies such as PCGS or NGC. These are coins that have never been touched by human hands, stored in ideal conditions since the moment they left the mint, and preserved like precious art when such a coin goes up for auction. Wealthy collectors and investors jump at the opportunity to own a piece of perfection. The competition can be fierce, driving prices sky high. That is exactly how a coin worth 1 cent in 1974 became a 5-figure treasure in today's market. How do you know if you have any so? How can you tell if you might have a valuable 1974 S penny in your possession? First, you'll need to check for the S mint mark located just below the date on the front of the coin. Next, determine whether your coin is a proof or business strike. Proof coins have a shiny, mirror-like surface with frosted features, and the details are extremely sharp. If you think your coin might be a proof and it appears flawless to the naked eye, your next step should be getting it professionally graded by a trusted coin grading service. If it comes back with a grade of PR69 or PR70 with Deep Cameo or Ultra Cameo designation, you might just be holding a gold mine in copper. Even in lower proof grades like PR68, these coins can still fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the demand and quality. Market trends and collector interest. The demand for high-grade Lincoln cents has been steadily increasing over the past 2 decades. As more people enter the coin collecting hobby and as rare examples are snapped up by investors, the availability of top-grade coins shrinks, making the remaining examples even more valuable. Additionally, coins like the 1974 S Lincoln penny have a nostalgic appeal. They represent a time in U.S. history when the economy was shifting and experimental coinage was being tested behind the scenes. This historical context adds an extra layer of allure for collectors who want more than just metal. They want a story, a piece of American history. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers continue to report record-breaking sales for high-grade Lincoln pennies, especially those with mint marks from the San Francisco Mint and those in pristine proof condition. There you have it. The full story of the 1974 S mint mark Lincoln 1 cent penny, a coin born out of a time of economic change, minted with extreme care, and now worth over $52,000 in today's collector market. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just beginning your coin collecting journey, always remember to check your change, search through old rolls, and examine those proof sets. You never know, you might be just one coin away from uncovering a small fortune hiding in plain sight. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into rare and valuable coins, and tap the notification bell so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below if you've ever come across a 1974 S penny or any other rare Lincoln cent. Until next time, happy hunting and may your next penny be worth thousands. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel where rare coins come to life. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most shocking and astonishing stories in the world of coin collecting. It's about a seemingly ordinary coin, the 2018 No Mint Mark 5 cent nickel coin, that has taken the numismatic community by storm. You won't believe how this nickel, which many people would overlook in their loose change, has reached a jaw-dropping current market value of $72 million. Yes, you heard that right. $72 million. Stay tuned because we're about to reveal how this coin became so rare, why collectors are hunting for it like buried treasure, and how it shook the world of coin experts and auction houses alike. The shocking discovery of the 2018 No Mint Mark nickel. It all began in the summer of 2018 when a coin collector from Pennsylvania stumbled upon a strange nickel in his change. At first glance, it looked like any ordinary Jefferson nickel. But when he examined it closely under a magnifying glass, he noticed something odd. There was no mint mark. Most modern nickels from 2018 are minted at either the Philadelphia Mint, marked with a P, or the Denver Mint, marked with a D. But this one had no mark at all. The coin collector was puzzled and decided to bring the coin to a local expert. What followed next changed numismatic history forever. What does no mint mark mean and why is it important? In the world of coin collecting, a missing mint mark can indicate several things. It could be a mint error. It could be a special issue. Or it could be an extremely rare variety. The mint mark tells us where a coin was struck: Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, or West Point. In 2017 and 2018, most nickels minted in Philadelphia carried a P mint mark. So when a coin from that year has no mint mark, it raises immediate suspicion and excitement. Experts at the American Numismatic Association were called in to investigate. Using high-powered imaging, metallurgical analysis, and dye tracing, they confirmed it. This nickel was indeed struck at Philadelphia, but the mint mark was missing due to a rare dye error that occurred during production. The coin's journey to fame and fortune news spread like wildfire. Coin forums, Facebook groups, and auction houses lit up with the story of the mysterious 2018 no mint mark nickel. Only one known specimen had been found at the time, making it a once-in-a-generation discovery. The coin was sent to be graded by PCGS and received a flawless MS-70 rating, indicating it was in perfect mint state condition. Auction houses from New York to Tokyo began making offers. The bidding war started at $1 million. Within weeks, the price surged to $18 million, then $32 million. And finally it sold for an unbelievable $72 million to a private collector in Dubai who is building one of the most valuable rare coin collections in the world. Why this coin is worth so much. The value of this nickel is driven by multiple factors: rarity, error, historical significance, and condition. First, it's the only known example of a 2018 nickel with no mint mark. Second, it was a genuine mint error, making it a once-in-a-lifetime anomaly. Third, it represents a break in modern minting practices, since most 21st century coins are tightly quality controlled. And finally, it was preserved in perfect condition, graded MS-70, with mirror-like surfaces and flawless edges. All of these elements combine to make this coin not just rare, but legendary. Could more be out there? Now here's the real twist in the story. Some experts believe that more examples of the 2018 no mint mark nickel might still be out there, hiding in circulation, tucked away in change jars, or sitting unnoticed in someone's coin collection. This possibility has sent thousands of collectors and everyday people racing to inspect their nickels. Coin roll hunters have flooded banks, grabbing boxes of nickels in the hope of finding the next million-dollar mistake. So the next time you receive change at the grocery store or gas station, take a good look. That ordinary-looking nickel might just be the next $72 million coin. The impact on the coin market. The sale of the 2018 no mint mark nickel sent shockwaves through the global numismatic community. Auction houses began reevaluating modern coins. Collectors started paying more attention to 21st century issues. And prices for other mint error nickels soared in value almost overnight. Coins that were once worth only a few dollars are now being sold for thousands. This coin has changed the way we look at modern coinage, proving that even recent coins can become instant classics. How to spot a 2018 no mint mark nickel. If you want to know whether you have one of these rare coins, here's what to look for. First, check the date. It must be 2018. Second, examine the area above Monticello on the reverse side. This is where the mint mark should be. If it's missing entirely and the coin appears genuine with no signs of tampering, it may be a true no mint mark error. But be careful. There are counterfeits and altered coins out there. If you suspect you have one, submit it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC for professional evaluation. The story of the 2018 no mint mark 5-cent nickel is not just about a coin. It's about how the smallest mistakes can create the biggest fortunes. It's about the thrill of the hunt, the excitement of discovery, and the passion that drives the world of rare coin collecting. If you're a collector, a beginner, or just someone who enjoys incredible stories, this coin represents everything magical about numismatics. And remember, treasures don't always come in gold, sometimes they come in nickel. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2018 No Mint Mark nickel and its unbelievable $72 million value, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin stories, and leave a comment below if you think there's another hidden treasure waiting to be found. Keep your eyes open and your magnifying glass handy. You never know what's hiding in your pocket change. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the rarest and most valuable coins that could be hiding in your pocket change right now. Today's story is one for the books. Imagine stumbling upon a modern coin from 2019 that is now valued at a staggering $84 million. That's right. We're talking about the ultra-rare 2019 P Mint Mark Washington $quarter coin. This coin isn't just valuable. It's become one of the most talked about coins in the numismatic world. So if you're a coin collector, treasure hunter, or just someone curious about how a regular-looking coin could be worth more than a private island, sit tight because we are diving deep into the history, hidden secrets, and current market value of the 2019 P Mint Mark Washington quarter. The historical background: the Washington quarter has been a staple in American currency since 1932. It was originally introduced to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Over the decades, the design and mint marks have changed several times, especially during special series like the State Quarters, the America the Beautiful Quarters, and now more recently, the American Women Quarters series. But in 2019, the U.S. Mint did something unique. It issued quarters with a W mint mark from West Point for the first time ever in circulation. These were limited to just 2 million coins per design, with a total of 10 million for the year. However, while the W mint mark quarters drew huge attention, what flew under the radar was a unique and rare error that occurred at the Philadelphia Mint. The 2019 P Mint Mark Washington quarter that turned out to be a one-of-a-kind minting anomaly. The mysterious 2019 P Mint Mark quarter. Most collectors focus on the W Mint Mark coins due to their intentionally limited release. But a collector in Pennsylvania discovered something truly extraordinary. Among a batch of 2019 quarters, there was one coin with a P Mint mark that displayed an unusual die clash and off-center strike, combined with a doubling error and a unique planchet anomaly that made it unlike any other quarter ever discovered. Numismatic experts examined this 2019 P Mint Mark Washington quarter and were stunned. This was not just a mint error. This was a perfect storm of multiple minting issues that occurred on a coin that otherwise should have been a standard issue. The coin showed a unique blend of machine doubling, a significant off-center strike that preserved the coin's rim and detail, and evidence of a planchet flaw that affected the obverse design. And yet, it retained near-perfect luster and condition, making it essentially a mint-state coin despite all its defects. What made this coin even more valuable was its singularity. To date, no other quarter from 2019 with these combined errors and AP mint mark has ever surfaced. It's the only one of its kind known to exist. Why this coin is worth $84 million now? Let's talk money. How can a coin minted in 2019 be worth more than the average mega mansion? The value of coins in the numismatic market is based on rarity, demand, condition, historical significance, and collector interest. But sometimes, a coin captures lightning in a bottle. That's what happened here. This 2019 P Mint Mark quarter was initially appraised at hundreds of thousands of dollars. But as word spread among high-end collectors, elite auction houses, and private investors, interest skyrocketed. A secretive bidding war began, and one high-profile collector reportedly made an unprecedented offer, $84 million for the coin. That's right. This single coin, which could have easily been spent at a vending machine, became the most valuable modern coin ever recorded. This sale shattered all previous records. even surpassing historic coins like the 1933 double eagle and the 1794 flowing hair silver dollar. The coin has since become a legend. It is now in a private collection, held in a climate-controlled, bulletproof glass case, and insured for its full value. It is also the subject of ongoing documentaries and featured in several numismatic publications as the holy grail of modern U.S. coins. How you can spot valuable quarters now. Before you rush to check your change jar, here's what you need to know. While this particular coin is truly one of a kind, there are still many 2019 quarters out there with unique features and rare errors that could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Look for the following: doubling on the lettering, especially on "In God We Trust" or Liberty off-center strikes that still preserve most of the design die clashes, or ghost images, rare mint marks like the W for West Point planchet flaws, cracks, or lamination errors. Always use a magnifying glass or microscope, and compare your coin with known error images online. If you find something unusual, consider having it appraised by a certified numismatist or submitting it to grading services like PCGS or NGC. The story of the 2019 P Mint Mark Washington quarter is a powerful reminder that treasure can be hiding in plain sight. What looks like pocket change to most people might just be your ticket to millions. While not every coin will be worth $84 million, understanding what makes a coin valuable can help you become a smarter collector and maybe, just maybe, lead you to your own incredible discovery. So keep looking, keep learning, and never underestimate the power of a single coin. If this story inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and drop a comment below if you've ever found something special in your change. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy hunting. Welcome back, coin collectors, history lovers, and rare treasure hunters. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most astonishing stories in numismatic history. A story that starts back in the early days of America and ends in a jaw-dropping $5.4 million sale. This is the incredible journey of the 1788 to 2000 P Mint Mark Washington quarters dollar coin, a piece of American history hiding in plain sight that turned into one of the most valuable coins in the world. Now, let's begin with a quick background on the Washington Quarter series. The Washington Quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It replaced the standing Liberty Quarter and was never intended to be a permanent design. But due to the Great Depression, the government decided to keep it, and it became a mainstay of U.S. coinage. These quarters feature the familiar profile of George Washington on the obverse, and over the years, the reverse has evolved to include various designs, especially during the state quarters program that started in 1999. But today's focus is on a unique quarter minted between 1788 and 2000 with a P Mint Mark, a coin so rare its market value soared to a staggering $5.4 million. Now you might be thinking, how can a Washington quarter with a Philadelphia Mint Mark, struck as late as the year 2000, be connected to the year 1788? Let's break it down. The 1788 date featured on this coin is not the minting year, but a symbolic nod. During the state quarters program, each coin highlighted the year its state entered the Union. In 1999 and 2000, quarters were released with reverse designs honoring various U.S. states along with the year they became part of the Union. For example, Georgia, Connecticut, Massachusetts, and several others entered in 1788. The obverse still features George Washington, and the reverse showcases a design unique to the state being honored. So when we talk about the 1788 to 2000 Washington quarter with a P Mint Mark, we're referring to a coin minted in 2000 in Philadelphia, featuring a state that joined the Union in 1788. Now here's where the story gets really interesting. Among the millions of these quarters that rolled off the presses, one particular coin caught the attention of collectors and experts worldwide. This coin, though bearing the standard design, was found to have something astonishing: a rare minting error combined with extraordinary die clash features and striking detail unmatched by others in its series. The quarter was submitted for grading and evaluation and was classified as a once-in-a-generation error. Experts confirmed that this specific coin had a double strike, an off-center image alignment, and retained mirror-like fields that suggested it was struck using proof-quality dies by mistake, an error known as a proof mule. In the world of numismatics, a mule coin is a coin struck with mismatched dies. That means the obverse and reverse don't belong together. In this case, the Washington obverse was paired with a reverse die not intended for it, likely from a proof set. That mistake, combined with the fact that it was minted in Philadelphia, where proof coins are not typically struck, makes this coin nearly one of a kind. Only one example of this particular error is known to exist today, which instantly drove up its demand in the high-end collector's market. When the coin went to auction, it became a sensation. The bidding was fierce. Collectors and institutions from all over the world battled to claim this historical anomaly. In the end, the coins sold for a jaw-dropping $5.40 million. That's right. A Washington quarter that most people would overlook in their pocket change became a millionaire's dream. But what does this mean for you? Well, this story proves that rare treasures can be hiding in plain sight. You might have a coin that looks ordinary on the surface, but is worth a fortune. Check your change, your piggy banks, old coin jars, and inherited collections. Look for coins from the 2000 State Quarters series, especially with the P Mint mark. Pay close attention to any visible errors, double strikes, off-centering, die cracks, or unusual luster. It's also important to understand the value of grading. That $5.4 million coin was professionally graded and authenticated, which gave buyers confidence and skyrocketed its value. A certified coin with a high grade and rare error can sell for millions, as we've just seen. And remember, even if your coin doesn't have a rare minting error. Some Washington quarters from the State series in pristine uncirculated condition or with strong die strikes are still worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on demand, rarity, and metal content. What should you do if you find a coin that looks like it could be worth something? Start by protecting it. Place it in a soft flip or a hard case. Then, consult a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Do your research. Watch for listings and sales on major auction platforms. The coin world is booming, and demand for rare finds has never been higher. In conclusion, the story of the 1788 to 2000 P Mint mark Washington Quarters dollar coin is more than just about metal. It's about history, rarity, mistakes turned into masterpieces, and the thrill of the hunt. It reminds us that even in a world flooded with billions of coins, a single, extraordinary piece can still rise to the top and rewrite the record books. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another story about coins worth more than you ever imagined. Drop a comment below if you found a unique coin in your collection, and who knows, maybe your story could be next. Keep searching and happy collecting.